The following is an excerpt from an askSlim premium level video. Follow us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and do subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Share it. There's tons that come out every single week. Follow us on Twitter at askSlim, and write to Matt at askSlim.com for trial memberships. We have trial memberships available for all of our levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And go to the askSlim.com website for details. Thank you, and enjoy the video. So here is the Slimulator Momentum Tracker. This is a just absolutely beautiful piece of work that we have created. Our tech guy Tom has just designed this in a beautiful way, working with Matt. And what are we looking at here? Well, we're looking at the ability to understand momentum. This is a level 1 membership. So everybody who's a premium member 1 through 4 gets this. If I want to know the momentum condition of a stock, let's just look at Apple or GM or Amazon. I just happen to have these in here. So the momentum condition of Apple, long-term, intermediate, and short-term, well, that's neutral. I actually want to more focus on the energies here in a second, but I just wanted to give you an idea. A stock like GILD, that's a stock that's been doing well because of its being in the drug business and the potential for them to be involved in a COVID cure. Look at this: long-term, intermediate, short-term, extremely bullish. You look at a stock like let's just look at Amazon, AMZN, and you can see in here, well, it's kind of neutral. It's not in bad shape, and it's short-term turning up, so not a lot of in there, and we show that as neutral. We show you it's a neutral stock. 3-month outlook in here is mixed conditions, suggest waiting because we need more market messages before we do anything. So what I want to do is I want you to see the lists in here of watch lists that we have. You can create your own watch list, and you can see in there all of the different spider select sector selects in there, and I want to focus in on energy right now because I did that special on energy yesterday, and we're going to click energy, and that's going to bring up the energy group, and you're going to see in here everything that I just showed. And see it in only the energy stocks. You can see that as I scroll, almost all of them are bearish. We had big upticks in here, and what did that do? That gave you this neutral short-term picture while most of them are still negative. Our proprietary directional bias ratio says that 96% of these stocks are still in a negative directional condition. So we've gotten bounce in the energy stocks, but man, do they have a lot of work to do in order to be able to make any kind of significant bottoms in there. So the energy stocks, a lot of them just simply got neutral in here, and overall this particular group, while it's rebounding, well, it has a ton of work to do, and that's why we showed you sell zones in a lot of those stocks in our Thursday video, and looking today at a few of these energies, Devon, Conoco, Halliburton. Those are all coming up into periods of big resistance. Now I can scan in here. Let's just say that I want to go into scan mode for this particular watch list. And let's say I want to look for short-term bullish because I want to see which of these stocks turn bullish on the short term that may be in a little stronger condition. So I'm going to scan, and I can wait here all day because it's not going to give me anything. There are no stocks that turn bullish yet in this category. So I'm going to stop that scan. If I want to do a scan for long-term bearish in here, and I do that scan, well, it's going to give you everything because they're all long-term bearish. So you can scan in there. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to see that, these stocks, some of them turn neutral, but there's none of them that are in bullish condition. I'm going to scan, looking down, watch that. I'm going to turn the feed off so that it doesn't do that. And you can see as I scan all of these energy stocks, look at the directional bias, look at the outlook. They are all bearish, every single one of them. They tell you don't be chasing these energy stocks. I mean, if you're an investor that looks out 3 months, this is not the time to be doing anything significant. They're going to have to be giving you a much, much better picture, much, much more work before this sector is considered positive. So that's a look at the energies, and I'll just resume that feed right over there and stop that scan. And you can see we just have amazing things in there. Let's just give you an example of one of these stocks that might have a little bit more information on it. Let's take a look at what had a nice uptick in here. Devon was one we just spoke about, right? So take a look at Devon. We'll just open this up, and you can see, you can look at where things changed in here. And we'll take a look at the chart and see what it shows here. So this is interesting. So this is looking at our very short-term directional biases. And you can see that what happened was it turned bearish right over here. What fantastic information. And now the directional bias in here is now turning more positive. So it's looking like things are getting better in there. So like I say, none of this is turned positive on a longer term basis when we look out 3 to 3 months or so, but the directional bias for the very short term is looking a little bit better when you look at that. So I kind of wanted you to see how you could use this in here. So this is just an amazing app that we have here. So become a level 1 through 4 member, and you'll be able to use this. Again, you can see all of the great stuff we have in here, and I'll just switch over to the NASDAQ right over here, and let's just take a quick peek. We'll do a little NASDAQ scan. I'm going to go to scan mode. I'm going to go to short-term bullish to see what has turned positive recently, and there you'll see Gilead, Regeneron, Citrix, NetEase, ATVI, these are just all the stocks that just now in this last recent period have turned more positive short term. You got to be careful, because if something turns positive short term, you want it to look positive in other terms, like you see right there in those top 3 stocks. But when you scan, if I go over here and look at the longer term and scan on it, you see like these stocks turn positive short term, but longer term, they still look really bad. So Take Two, I mean, it had an uptick, it looking a little better, but it's still bearish right in here, slightly bearish to neutral, because it's long-term bearish, intermediate neutral, and short-term bullish. So the long-term bearish is really going to weigh on stocks like this. So just a great look, I think, of what this is. I really wanted to give you that focus as we looked at the energy stocks, which have a lot more work to do before they are long-term viable. And just for the short term, they probably have a little bit of upside left in them.